know if he still can.
Be quick and short, but if I'm being transparent and I'm being truthful, then I have no problem saying my side of the story with no exposure. So I did a radio interview right then and there. For me, full transparency is important. Because of the way I approached it, I think my children already knew what the drill was, like, and the rest of the
That's a fact, True. Don't be a hater. Let's get to it. Hit them, smash them likes.
day, all night. And they like, well, this affects his reputation and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you know, if he goes through the trial, because when they say like a money grab, it's not a money grab to me. It's more like if somebody comes to me and says, yo, I'm accusing you of raping a 13-year-old and you want to settle, it's like, that's unsettlable.
Shout out to Jen Ramirez.
Because it's like saying,
y'all better not RZA.
That's an offer that you just can't settle on some allegation like that. You know, you got to take that to trial, to me. You know, that's how I would look at it. So I don't think this lawyer came with the intention of thinking that, you know, someone like Homeboy was going to settle. And then you have to actually prove it.
Want to stop?
Oh, it's nasty. Dave is getting to it today. Hold on. I'm going to play a few minutes. We got to keep that going. Because he's leading up to the Jay-Z statement letter he wrote.
Try to dismiss it, but that never happens. It's just, to me, a procedure so lawyers get paid. And then you have to have discovery, and then there's the deposition. So there's where it could be problematic, because either way, if this case goes forward, there will be a deposition. And that's where you can ask that person anything about anything, and that's where a lot of other things can happen. And you can't lie, because that's the purpose of a deposition, is if you say something that's not true and then they prove it, now your word is discredited. You impeach yourself. So that's the purpose of a deposition, to get you to say something on paper and say something different in the courtroom. And then, okay, and then that's what happens. And, you know, that's where things can get tricky, you know? So for me personally, you know, I've gone through that where I've been accused and then go through a whole trial, and in the trial, it just doesn't stand up. It falls apart. You know, if you're lying, it just comes out. At least that's what my experience has been.
Human nature, that's a fact. That's exactly how it starts. See, it starts from there, and then they start digging up bullshit. I feel sorry for HOVITO, man. They did HOVITO nasty too. Dirk, HOVITO, nasty work. If Diddy didn't hit Cassie, I would be putting Diddy in that category too, because they got to prove him guilty with these fake lies and all of this stuff. But he did hit her. That's what I'm mad at Diddy about.
And it was the first time he was like, yo, you ain't got to take me to school today.
All that baby oil stuff. Nasty work.
To you, you don't deserve it. But, you know, bottom line is it wasn't true. So being in the public eye means you have the exposure, because unfortunately, anyone can accuse you of something and you have to go to court. But it does have to stand up.
The diddler.
If you lose $1 because of that false accusation and it becomes frivolous, then you have a potential lawsuit against the person that brought one to you. It's just a patience thing and the tolerance to go through. But it's like, I don't want to say it's part of the game, but unfortunately, like, it happens a lot, these accusations. So, you know, for me, I can't remember 2000, that MTV. I'm trying to think, like, what party? You know, this is me now personally. Like, I don't know. I don't remember. So I don't know. I would always think and try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But on a personal level, I can't remember. I don't remember being at that party. I remember that outfit with J-Lo and Puff with the white t-shirts and watching.
What you mean we got to vote on the Shea Babies?
I could be wrong, but I haven't seen pictures. If I know my outfit, I usually know what I did.
All the Shea Babies are equal, baby love. Which I don't. You and Mark keep, man. But some of this Fordham Road shit y'all doing over here, man.
I don't know. I was definitely surprised at the long statement, because, you know, I've been to court with Homeboy and he doesn't say anything. He never responds. He has his lawyer speak. So I know that it must bother him, because he actually said something, and the length of the statement, you know.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying what?
I'm hearing words like honor in the statement. But again, you know, for me, I have nothing to do with it.
Shout out to my man William Weed. What's good, my boy?
Everyone else is.
Shit,
So
baby.
for me, it's like, of course, people are going to be like in the bots.
That's my guy right there, William Reed. What it is? He got this. I think that's the Scarface pick. I'm not sure what that is, but I see him outside.
Hey. So then it made me think about being famous and how dangerous that is, because they're really, you know, they're doing.
Smash them likes, y'all. Let's get to it.
The way the algorithm is, to me, is worse. And they're scrutinizing every single thing from the last 20, 30 years. Every lyric, I've been sensed up. They take the statement and put it in AI. I'm seeing Forbes flip. It's like, it's just, people could love you one day, but they just love to really hate you so much more. And that was a person that I was like, he can't do no wrong. I know, because, you know, for some reason, every single thing I say is considered smart, except when it comes to him. I'm smart about everything but that. So I'm like, I mean, all right. And I'm not saying, because again, I have no idea what happened there. And I'm hoping everything is where I would prefer that no one got hurt, to be honest.
Okay, let's rewind that for a second. Listen to what he's saying.
He's talking about him again, but right now the whole world is talking about him every day, all day.
Listen to what he's saying.
So then it made me think about being famous and how dangerous that is, because they're really, you know, they're doing the same thing that happened with Puff as far as the way the algorithm is, to me, is worse. And they're scrutinizing every single thing from the last 20, 30 years. Every lyric, I've been sensed up. They take the statement and put it in AI. I'm seeing Forbes flip. It's like, it's just, people could love you one day, but they just love to really hate you so much more.
That's a fact.
And that was a person that I was like, he can't do no wrong. I know, because, you know, for some reason, every single thing I say is considered smart, except when it comes to him.
Facts.
Everything but that.
He's right.
So I'm like, I mean, all right. And I'm not saying, because again, I have no idea what happened there. And I'm hoping everything is where I would prefer that no one got hurt, to be honest. But
that's crazy.
I didn't think that they would flip on him like that. And it's crazy.
Crazy.
And then I'm like, yo, how does TikTok and all these people that, like, they say sound crazy, like Cat Williams is looking like, because not to say things are true, but he said things would be exposed. So he's really looking like a fortune teller. and you know, like Jaguar and all that, like, regardless, it's like, why are the people that are looked at to be imbalanced saying these things, and then they're actually happening?
Wow.
Like, how is TikTok, pause. How is TikTok? Like, I'm looking at TikTok and it's like, yo, they've been prepping this moment for the last 6 months. TikTok has been literally saying that this was going to happen, and then it happened. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Like, are these people that are looked at as imbalanced, are they really like prophets? And when I say prophet, because again, I can't know that what they're saying is true, but what they said was going to happen as far as exposure and people being accused of allegations, it's all been 100. They always said Homeboy was next. A week ago, I did an interview, and you know, and they asked me about, like, what do you think about them saying Jay's next? And I'm like, I don't really care. You know, but of course, as a human being, I'm like, damn, I wonder what's going to happen.
Wow. I ain't gonna hold you. When I heard them saying Jay-Z's next, I was like, get out of here. This is HOVITO shit, man. They gonna tell me HOVITO's up there. HOVITO's in the top floor. You know what I mean? I say, come on, man. Like, they just did this to Diddy. It's going to be tough to do this to HOVITO, too. Now they trying to do this to HOVITO. This is nasty, man. Shit, baby. They got HOVITO. They trying to take HOVITO out the game, man. I ain't going to hold you. They trying to take HOVITO out the game, son. Wow, HOVITO.
Then I was like looking again when I saw the initial extortion case. What was said was that multiple lawsuits were threatened, and it included
Zach Barker, good looks, my boy.
like, damn.
Shit, baby.
You know, for me, just based on what I'm seeing, it must mean, you know, they lining them up for more lawsuits. At least this is what it looks like based on that paperwork. And I'm like,
Niche, don't laugh at me.
it's just crazy how one day everything, it's like, this is like the epitome, it was all good just a week ago. And, you know, I just never seen Homeboy explain himself.
Word.
Ever.
Ever.
So that was different
Different.
for me.
Nasty. Nasty.
Everybody else, I'm just like, you know, this world is changing rapidly.
Rapidly.
And a lot of the stuff that the people that we thought were crazy are saying are actually happening. And how the hell do they know? Like, how do they know? And also people like, you know, I'm looking now on a business level, I'm like, now, if this isn't true, it should be easy to beat. But until it's beat, pause, I don't see how corporate could support. Or what can he do? And I'm watching, I'm like, now, if, you know, because the difference between him and me, or let's say even him and Kanye, is that he's really tied into corporate. So if corporate shuts his life, like he really has the ability to be canceled. I don't think it would be as easy for him to go independent and sell product on his own, like Kanye's had to go do. His stuff has always been corporately funded, and those are the people that put him on a pedestal. So I was like, now I'm gonna see how much they really support him.
Crazy.
And if they're gonna treat him like they treat every other person when they, you know, have to wear something like that on them. Pause. So, you know, I'm wondering what's the NFL gonna do now.
Everything is pause.
He got people with him. But I would think that the reason why he has to now speak is because all that corporate shit must be in jeopardy. It just has to be based on the algorithm.
Nigga Jay said HOVITO going to jail. His new name is Hoto.
Certain platforms are gonna be the ones that have been holding him down every single second for the last 30 years.
Hoto?
If it's on it, will they be objective? You know? Because I know how I was treated. But what I can say is this. When I went through it, the scrutiny was nothing like this. You know? The way they're breaking it down on TikTok and on social media and how they're talking about it in pop culture.
Smash them likes. It's lit in here.
Kids never had to go through that. So whether it's true or not, again,
Jen Ramirez was popping.
I'd rather
Was popping.
just minding my business.
Them girls tried to take you out of the SHEABABYs. Niche said, we not having that. We not having that.
The way of everyone that may be considered a gray area. You know? And then I was thinking, just because
That's a fact, Ken. They still behind HOVITO.
visible doubt, the state were the ones that brought up something looks funky over here. And they went to the judge, and the judge said, this is going.
That's why I said I'm going to be ready, my boys. Because they're going to move all these dudes out, and they're going to move the new wave of new niggas in. But guess what? I'm not walking through none of them gates. I don't want no baby oil. I don't want no Coco Loco drinks. I don't want a party. I don't want nothing. I just want the bag.
And I'm just thinking, man. So now they have the right to go into all the books. I'm just looking at the timing of it all. You know, I'm just curious because you know, if y'all look at my other interviews, I was like, yo, I don't understand it. I never seen nothing like this. I don't even know why it went to auction. The person that put it to auction didn't get paid. Why would the state want to buy it? They could have left it alone and just let the money go to them. But they wanted to own that, so they have the rights to go and investigate those books. I think. Maybe. It's just the timing of everything. So times are different. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to let that distract me from what I'm doing. I'm on my grind. And I hope everything works out for everybody. I hope nobody got hurt. And I hope, you know, because again, I always feel sorry for the kids. You know?
Now you saying she cute, baby love? Because everybody saying she in? She been in. Reese said she was in from last week, man. She is in. She is in. There's no way. We're not going to allow y'all to block the cuties out so y'all stay the only cuties in here. No, we can't. We know who the first group of Shay babies are. We know that. But, like I said, we're not going to have y'all blocking all the cuties out. No.
That you're
Hell
unbothered.
No.
You know, that unbothered thing, because like when it first happened to Puff, I remember the next day he was out acting unbothered. And look what happened. So for me, like unbothered to me means worried. Because I know if I was wearing that and I had to go through all of this, I would be outside like, yo, bro, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know I wouldn't even go out. But I wouldn't be like, I'm going to go out and act like nothing's happening because everyone knows something is. So it was amazing to me that Puff, to the day he went to jail, was in the park acting unbothered. And there's no way that you're not bothered in that scenario, knowing this might be your last day ever in the park. How do you practice this unbothered when your world is crumbling? Because that's something I've never been able to do. When I'm bothered, people know. If I'm outside while something is an issue, I'm going to speak on. I'm not going to ever act like nothing's happening. So I guess my point is, I think the most transparent thing to do, if I'm objective, is I think people want to hear what Homeboy got to say direct.
Yeah.
You know? And at this point,
fact.
if they put him in a deposition, then he's going to have to speak to people he don't want to talk to.
Word.
But I wish everybody the best of luck. And again, this becomes a blow for hip hop once again. You know, it's like bang, bang, bang. It's so much I told you so, stay out of hip hop. It's so much, yo, y'all looked up to him, but look now. And that's where it's problematic, is, you know, culturally, because of the consistency of what has been portrayed in popular press, hip hop's not looking like a great place to have your children.
That's a fact.
And it's a shame because for the good part of hip hop.
Facts.
Yo, Dame talking real facts, my boys. Hip hop looking like it might have to take kids out because it's not the music. Before it was the lyrics with the drill. Okay, boom. You know what? We got past that. Now it's the zestiness and what the people that's in the offices represent if your kid gets in the game in hip hop. That's crazy.
Anybody's bad, but the accusation.
I don't want my kids in hip hop.
But for those that appreciate and respect the art over here, regardless of what's going on, you know, we making children's programming and
Like Niche says, smash them like buttons.
playing instruments, and we're trying to be healthy, and we're trying to create an environment that is great for nurturing and evolving a child to become a better adult. And I don't want anybody to ever lose faith in hip hop. You know, because there are those in hip hop that were like, yo, I'm not trying to fit in, I'm trying to be out. So we could do it this way over here, and had faith in our skills and our creativity, and would not sacrifice and let just anybody exploit it. And of course, they try to make us look crazy and try to make us look angry. But the thing is like, yo, y'all don't understand a certain fight unless you've been in it. And when somebody tells you about it, you think someone's exaggerating, and they're not even telling you to have. They really, truly just trying to be cool about things. But at the end of the day, it's like, don't give up on hip hop. I also think about how I felt and feel about the lawyers that are, you know, when I'm in a trial that are getting at me. Pause. And generally speaking,
Pause.
and the reason why in my case is because I feel like, you know,
Oh,
again, I'll say
that shit
allegedly
scared
because I
me.
don't know,
Pause
I don't
everything. Everything is pause.
but
Crazy.
I generally know that they're representing a lie and that they're only doing it for money. And, you know, it's hard not to resent them for that. When you know that the person accusing you of something is only doing it for bread. So I'm not saying that this is that case, but I do understand the aggression toward the lawyer. But, you know, this particular lawyer, he seems like he's with the shits. And it seems like he's very strategic. Like if I'm a thinking man, and this is just me objectively looking at the play, I just feel like he's triggering for certain reactions because he knows what he's up against. And I think he's going to leverage the emotion. So, you know, like, you know, a guy like that from what I see, that lawyer, it seems like he's very successful. You know, I've had lawyers get at me that aren't the most successful. So that would be concerning to me that a lawyer of that caliber with that percentage of winning would even be, you know, thinking that confidently that he would be more, you know, get more success based on these ridiculously wild allegations. So I'm curious to see how all that's going to play out because